Hello, friends, and welcome to Amity's Affirmation and Arcana. I want to welcome you to a past life pick a card. Generally, I do just weekly energy check-ins and our past, present, and future, but I've been guided for quite some time now to do a past life card read. And for those of you who dabble in the Akashic records, this might be of interest to you. So stick around, and I am going to allow you to pick card 1, 2, or 3 based on what the messages from our guides say, or the trinket, or I will be doing an audible sound as well. So the first pile is trust your intuition. And upon that, you have frog. And then the second message from our guides is journey within with the mushroom. Pile 3, you are here for a reason, with the turtle. With that, pile 1, here is your sound. Pile 2, here is your sound. In pile 3, pause the video if you need to take a moment to choose your pile. We'll begin with pile number 1, trust your intuition. Hello, pile 1. I appreciate you picking your trust your intuition message from the guides. I'm going to start by cleansing our space with a little sandalwood. Cleanse my energy so I'm a clear, concise channel for the messages that would like to come through. So I have been guided to do a little bit different of a reading, and so interesting. I have a mosquito. So perhaps something's been nagging at you and you just can't put your finger on it. Go within, meditate, and you will get your answers. So what I am going to start with is the frog. The frog is always about a leap of faith. So perhaps it is time for you, my friends, to take a leap of faith in what it is that you are needing or wanting to do. So the messages from the guides: trust your intuition. As a spiritual being having a human experience, you have agreed to forget your divine heritage while your awareness is focused in the dense physical world. But your connection to your natural state will remain with you. And it is called intuition. Just like any other muscle of your body, the more you use and exercise your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Intuition manifests itself in a feeling of knowing, usually in the area of your solar plexus. Humans use the words like gut feeling or hunch, but it is a sense that we are all born with. It is the sixth sense. Unfortunately, because of its ethereal quality, a lot of humans doubt its existence. But for those of us who have experienced it, we know that we possess an awareness that is not from this dimension. If this card appears for you, it can have several meanings depending on its placement in your spread. It can mean that an event or situation is in the offing, and it will require you to trust your sixth sense, even though all physical signs indicate otherwise. Or it can mean that someone within your influence is going to ask for your advice. Depending on their personal acceptance of their own knowingness, you may have to encourage them to do what feels right for them. I'm going to set that right there in front of that smoky quartz. So I am going to first pull a card from the Akashic Tarot deck, and just to see what messages we want to start out with. Pile 1. What messages, Spirit, do you want Pile 1 to know about their past life incarnations? Some of you have done past life regressions. Some of you actually know how to tap into the Akashic records. The Akashic records are a never-ending library, so I like to say, of everything that ever has been and everything that ever will be. Time is not linear, as we have been deceived to know. Everything that has happened in the past, present, and future is happening in this now moment. And just take a deep breath and tap into the knowing that you are here right now for a reason. Angels, guides, spirits, teachers, passed on, healed loved ones, what is it that you want us to know about the Akashic records in this now moment to tap into one of our past lives? Okay, I saw that flip over. Actually, I felt it. I didn't see it. My eyes were closed. Okay, I'm being told to split these up. So I'm going to just put these in randomly and hope I don't have them mixed upside down. Okay. What other messages would you like for group 1 to note at this time, please? To tap into one or more of their past lives. Thank you. I think I just put that candle out. Interesting. Somebody's trying to dull your shine, is what I heard. Okay. Underlying energies is the architect, the one of keys. So this is, you are the builder. You are here to rebuild or recreate parts of your last, I don't know why I said that, past lives. Maybe it was your last past life. Interesting Freudian slip there. So, one of keys. The first card that came out was the Seven of Forces. Balance. And this, to me, says Libra vibes, but this looks like there's important papers and documents sitting on this table and everything's about to get balanced out. I am going to read from the book just to dive a little deeper. Our second card is the Garden, 5 of Roses, which is your cup energy. And this is fire, so that's Wands, 7 of Wands. And then we have number 20, Will, Wisdom, and Mind with the Celtic knot here. And I see more balancing. The hot and the cold, the light and the dark. A lot of symbolism the crown. I'm not sure why this is not wanting to stay lit. That is another hidden, deeper message for somebody here. Do not be afraid to shine. Keep doing what you're doing and stay persistent. I'm persistent. I'm just hearing persistence is big for you right now because somebody's trying to dull your sparkle. Somebody is trying to put your light out. I'm just hearing, don't allow anyone to snuff your light. Okay, I'm going to read the Seven of Forces, balance. It is a time of harmony and balance and justice in your life. A desk holds balanced scales, scrolls, and a stack of papers. Shelves of books grace a wall where a door opens onto a light-filled room. This indicates a time of balance is at hand. All systems through the body, through nature, and through society seek to achieve balance. Stop and consider the parts of your life that you can bring into greater balance during this time. The universe helps you to do so. Perhaps you may be confronting a legal issue. You may have to deal with a lot of paperwork in some kind. Or you may need to take legal action regarding property, inheritance, work contracts, custody, or divorce. Be patient and pay attention to details, as technicalities will be important right now. But things bode well. Justice is at hand. Take heart at the sight of the golden light that washes over the scene, a sign that all issues will come to light and that a beneficial and just resolution is coming your way. And another message that came to me, perhaps you were a mediator or a lawyer type person in one of your past lives, perhaps. You were somebody who sought balance and equal give and take. And in this now moment, I'm being told that all the light is overshadowing the darkness and all good things are coming into balance and harmony just as you wanted. Five of Roses, the garden. Two children play in a sunny, lush green garden. A boy shoots a slingshot while a girl next to him watches a butterfly in the flowers with a magnifying glass. If children aren't part of your life already, this card could show their arrival. It could indicate that your children, even adult children, could become more of a force focus for you. They may have some concerns of their own, but even so, opportunities for things to mend come easily right now. There also may be a real change and benefit for one of your children who has made a specific effort recently. And this also goes if you're the child of parents. So perhaps you guys are going to have a breakthrough of some sort. This is a very adventurous time for children around you. Enjoy it and help them enjoy it too. And with this card, I'm just hearing stop and smell the roses. Perhaps a past life, children were a major focus, and in this life, maybe they're not. I'm not getting a specific message on that one, so that's open to interpretation, however it resonates with you and your specific situation now. And just meditate on these cards and just ask your guides for any further information that is pertinent to you and your situation now, past lives, or the sort. Number 20, will, wisdom, and mind. A gold crown of power and authority rests above a Celtic Trinity knot. On either side of the Celtic knot, there are alchemical symbols for fire and water. Below is an ancient three-legged symbol of the coat of arms for the Isle of Man. This card brings with it a time of enormous power, balance, and expression. The first three rays, or the energies of the divine, move within you equally: power and will, love and wisdom, and intellect or mind. You are working intimately, even if not conscious of it, with the ascended masters who are linked to these energies. With the participation of the masters, you can raise your focus to higher powers and purpose. You can combine the fire of creativity with the water of receptivity in order to make contributions to the world. With the gold crown raised high, you're likely to find yourself in a significant position of authority and influence at this time. It is likely to be a phase of great activity, but you can handle it. With these powers in play, you're able to discipline yourself to bring together the meditation, creativity, rest, and action required. Take advantage of this time and use your powers well. They are nothing less than divine forces moving through you so that you can manifest their power into the world. And a message that came through here is, we have everything stored within our DNA that we have used in our past lives, and this incarnation is time for us to get switched on, quote unquote, and remember our divine selves, that we are the masters of our own destiny. We create our reality. We more or less are ancient gods held within these suits. We are star seeds. We are here to bring about the change that we are seeing in the world now, because our vessels hold immense power of light. We hold the fire within, ground, use the energy to flow, and continue to dive deep within and uncover who you are, who you were, and who you are going to become, because everything is coming to light in this new age that we are dawning and we are bringing in. Okay, now I'm going to pull a past life oracle card to see perhaps what we could have been, who we are, what we are connected with. Spirit guides, teachers, angels. What does pile one? Who was pile one in past incarnations? Thank you for your messages. Thank you for being here. Pile one. Past life for pile one, please. Who has pile one been? Looks like knighthood. Somebody is a warrior. And I just heard a warrior for light. A warrior for the light. Is there any? Okay. I'm being told to stop. Asia is the underlying energy. So perhaps some of you have past lives that you lived in Asia. Okay, so I'm going to just flip these cards over. The arts. The second card that came out. And then the third card came out with love life. So I'm going to start with the knighthood. And I see the symbol of a unicorn. And this knight has a complete headdress on to protect himself. So perhaps you are protecting yourself in this incarnation against what's happened to you in the past. And I'm just hearing warrior, a warrior, knighthood. Once a knight, always a knight. This is validation of your inner knighthood. Whether you're a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. You've long had a fascination with the tales and images of knights. You may collect night figurines, decorate with night-related artwork, or even dress up as a knight during costume parties. In relationships and careers, you're drawn to defend those who are weak or vulnerable. You may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or a protector role. It's essential that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. As a knight, you are loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you're not happy. And I'm hearing that it's time for you to become vulnerable again and open up yourself to be vulnerable and loyal to those that you can finally trust. And then you defend them and protect them like your own child. I'm just hearing you are hard on the outside, but you are so loyal and loving on the inside. And perhaps this is tying into love life over here, but perhaps some of you were in an army or you were in a protector role for sure. You're very fierce. You're fierce and loyal, pile 1. That's a very beautiful thing. Our second card out is the arts. And there's a guitar on there. And with the initial thing of what I'm hearing is go with the flow and allow the energy to flow through you. Tap into drawing, tap into playing musical instruments. Frequencies are going to be very instrumental for you right now. I'm just hearing many of you were Egyptians. Weird. I wonder why I said that. Many of you were musicians in your past life. So this lifetime, tap into either playing music or listening to music while you meditate and ask for higher messages from your past lives, and you will learn something new. And then our last past life oracle card came out, Love Life, with the beautiful roses, and then there's a heart background. It's a card. This means that your love life is affected by one or more of your previous lifetimes. Most likely you had a painful experience that has caused you to be overly cautious. And then I hear this, the protection. I knew there was a connection with the love light and the knighthood on the surface, that you're protecting yourself so you don't get hurt, like your subconscious remembers from past lives. Work on yourself to help open and reopen your beautiful, loving heart so that you can love and be loved again. Another thing is perhaps that the man or the woman that you were romantically involved in was a prominent person in your past life. And for you to connect with a person in this life is part of the greater plan. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. That's what I just heard. Okay. Now we're going to pull hopefully just one card from this past life oracle deck, or a couple. Any other messages that you'd like pile 1 to hear right now? Thank you. On the bottom here, the first thing I saw was companionship and love. Okay, so reign of terror. I'm not really for certain how to read these. So I'm just going to kind of read revolution. So perhaps you have been involved in a revolution with this knighthood. Proletariat, war or uprising, wealthy elite, reign of terror. So what I'm hearing is you were protecting somebody perhaps that you loved, somebody from a wealthy family perhaps. I know the backsides are different. Prophet-led, promiscuous love, other relative identity, age of discovery with time frame, lessons, overcoming fear. You've got to overcome the fear of getting hurt in love. Public execution or death. Russia is a location. Trauma and betrayal. So I am feeling, pile one, that these are some of your lessons that you're needing to work through in this incarnation in regards to allowing your guard to be let down to allow love to come in, because you have carried this through a few lifetimes. Okay, the second card is injustice. The victim, perpetrator, payback or revenge, injustice overturned. And this I'm hearing has to do with the balance. You are here to balance out the world, to balance out your past karma. Do not blame yourself. You need to understand what you are working through in order to move forward onto the next part of your journey. Devotee or follower identity. High Middle Ages is the time frame. A lesson you need to learn is about greed. Death by murder. Location, Eastern Europe. The trauma is poverty. Faith is ethical religion. Love is abandonment. So that's what it is. This love, you have felt abandoned in your past love. But love yourself. And I'm hearing that once you become open to receiving the love that you give out, you will find the right person that is worthy of your love. And then the last card that came out is banishment, exiled, shunned, disowned, forced underground. It's time for you to come out from behind the shadows. You are here to shine your light. Whatever's happened in past lives, you have learned. Identity is the adult female. Love is non-possessive. Time frame, Neolithic revolution. Lesson is overcoming loss. Death by drowning. Location, North America. Trauma, disaster. Faith is magic-based. So if any of these words or descriptions stick out to you, just meditate on them. You can pause and take screenshots of these cards, just so you can maybe tap into something that might have been one of your past lives. Not necessarily all of these messages or all of these archetypes will connect with each of you, or even all of them from card to card. But this could be a hint here or there of what you could be tapping into. You just never know what spirit wants to show you in a specific time. Now I am going to pull a card from the Egyptian Gods Oracle deck, and what god you could be tapping into in this time. I'll give you further information. So, what Egyptian god do you want pile one to tap into for further information? Number 15, Ptah, skill. These cards are so detailed with all of the hieroglyphs and meanings that I just ask that you really take the time to tap in and see what you see with your eye, because there is so much in each card. I'm going to just hold it there for a moment. So, this god was a major chief deity in Memphis, which was the capital of Egypt during the first dynasty. So, you are somebody very powerful. He was the god of creation, arts, crafts, and trade, and a patron of artists and builders. Ptah was also believed to play a role in the transition from life to the underworld. So this also connects in with the arts. Interesting. You're a very prominent person. Tap into that divine essence, who you are. Hi, One. Thank you for joining me today. I just ask that you take some time to meditate on some of the messages that came through, and if this resonates, wonderful. If not, please check out a different pile. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Believe in you. Until next time, be well. Hello, pile 2. Thank you for joining me today. And if you chose pile 2, this is Journey Within with the mushroom. And the mushrooms, sometimes, if you take mushrooms, they are good for your mind. Or if you take psilocybin, you can tap deeper into the unknown that is unseen by the conscious mind. You must travel within, journey within to the subconscious mind. The physical body is a product of this material dimension. It is created on Earth using elements like carbon, hydrogen, and calcium. It is vulnerable. It has limitations and a finite lifespan. Your higher self has chosen to inhabit it or have experiences that the spirit world does not offer. It is not real. It is not the real you. What you see in the mirror is only a vehicle. The real you is perfect, limitless, and eternal. It is connected to everyone and everything you see. The ability to connect to your guides and their knowing is omnipresent, but you must do your part to access their wisdom. This is a message encouraging you to be receptive to the guidance that is your birthright. Meditation, sitting in silence, and asking to receive advice during the dream state are always to establish contact with your higher self and guides. Use these tools that have been granted to you. Don't be discouraged by the earthly distractions placed between you and your guides. Practice developing the sacred relationship. You'll find that life becomes much easier when you have daily communication with your guides. I love that. And I am cleansing our space with some sandalwood so that the rest of the messages that come out are for your best and highest self, as well as the messages that I'm a clear, concise channel that wants to come out for your past lives card pull. Many of you have done extensive past life regressions or tapped into the Akashic records. This is just one aspect that you can help build where you are to be going next in this incarnation, because we're all here for a reason. We're all here to unlock our encoded DNA, and it is time for us to remember. The light codes coming in are helping us to remember, and I'm just trying to jar your memory in some or one or two past lives that you may have had. And for some reason, I'm just pointing out the Ankh over here. The Ankh might have specific symbology to you right now in this incarnation. So tap into that if you feel so inclined to do so. And take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These are not going to connect with everybody because everybody's life is so specific, but yet we are all connected and we are all here incarnated in this time frame for a big reason, to help Gaia ascend, to help us ascend to the gods that we are, to the ancient wisdom, the ancient knowledge. I am going to pull a card from the past life oracle deck just to see who we were. Who was pile 2 in past lives, please? Spirit angels, teams of light, passed on healed loved ones for the good and the highest timeline in pile 2. What past lives can they connect into in this now moment, please? A very specific life. First card that came out was phobias. Perhaps there's some fears that you're needing to overcome. Okay, got 3. Love life is the underlying energy. So perhaps you are finishing up a karmic relationship from past lives. It's the first message that I got out. Okay, so our first card is phobias. I just see that she appears to be praying to have all this taken away. She just looks kind of in desperation to me, but she's faithful. This card comes to you compassionately to help you connect the dots between current life phobias and past lifetimes. Often, consciously remembering the past life source of your anxieties is enough to help you release their grip on you. The situation you're inquiring about has its basis in underlying fears or phobias. These fears are energy blocks, which are slowing or prohibiting the results you desire. Phobias have to do with the impulse to have complete mastery over situations that are out of your control. They also bring up many trust issues. Your higher self and unconscious mind, knowing the original source of many phobias you may have manifested. You can unearth the origins of these phobias through a past life regression or even through dream work. For example, if you're falling asleep, ask your higher self to give you information that you'll remember upon waking that's related to the phobia. By directly confronting your underlying fears, you can lessen their hold on your unconscious. It's all about awareness and working with the dark. Right? It's always about working with the dark to bring it to light, to transmute the energies. So the second past life oracle card that came out was imprisonment or slavery. This signifies that you spent time imprisoned or in slavery. Your rights were taken from you, as well as your dignity and freedom. You are free now, but you still may harbor fears related to that lifetime. For example, you may feel claustrophobic in confined spaces or on airplanes, or you may have developed a form of Stockholm syndrome where you feel empathetic toward those who abuse you. On the other hand, your experience can also make you feel exquisitely compassionate toward those who suffer. You may devote yourself to defending underdogs and bringing more love and justice to the world. To heal any residual fears from that previous lifetime, remember the details of that past life. To loosen the shackles and free yourself from the symptoms. Channel your altruistic feelings and tendencies into helping society. Acts of kindness and compassion heal the individual as well as the world. And then our last past life oracle is the high priest or priestess. You probably already knew that you are a high priest or priestess during one or more of your lifetimes. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge. This card is urging you to put into greater practice. It's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs. Step into this fully with your entire being, and the more you practice your craft, the more knowledge will come through for you to remember in this lifetime. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to now pull a card or two from the Akashic Tarot. And the Akashic records are an infinite source of all that. It's like the book of life. It's a recording of everything you've ever done through your entire soul incarnate, anywhere, anytime. The information is there for you to unlock. There are several people who can give you an Akashic reading, or you can become trained to read for yourself and others, but it's an infinite amount of sacred knowledge that you can tap into. Spirit guides, teachers, ancestors, angels, passed on healed loved ones. What Akashic Tarot would you like for pile 2 to tap into in this moment, please? What, thank you, energies of the Akashic would you like for pile 2 to tap into and perhaps remember, get little clues about where they have been? That is way too many. But that one is the Three of Roses, loving elementals. So perhaps you have worked with a lot of elementals, or you should work with elementals. Bottom of the deck is the King of Scrolls, somebody with a plan, about to build something. This is a leadership role here. So perhaps your high priestess was connected to a king. Okay, so our first card out is Adsum, number 22. 22 is a master number, and here you see she is here, and she has a lot of passed on loved ones that are helping her with where she is at. I'm going to set that down for a moment. And Just continue to look at the imagery on here. Angels and fairies and ancestors. Tap into all of them to help you remember. A candle casts a light on an open book held by a young woman sitting at a desk. Her eyes are drawn to the side as if she were distracted from her reading by a curious thought or someone nearby. She is surrounded by several people, many of whom are somewhat translucent and glowing. An angel bends and whispers, "Add some. I arrive. I am here. I attend you." Adsum is a single word that has many, many meanings. First, it affirms your own strength and focus in the present. You can use it to command word whenever you find yourself distracted from what's at hand. Say, "Add some. I am here," and feel yourself attend to the situation or person before you. The word also declares your arrival at your goals and all your wishes coming true. Say, "Add some. I arrive," and take a moment to see yourself reaching your goals. Absolutely. Wherever you get this card, know that you're on your way to the results that you seek with the help of others. On your way. Spirit is here to help. This card also reminds you to be assured that no matter what's happening in your life, Spirit is always there for you. They reach out to you, sharing their light and power and serving you in every way. From the least to the highest, from the grandma to the divine, an eternal community attends you. Say, "Add some," and take some time to attend to them too. You can act on your promise to God as Spirit lifts you upon their shoulders. You are present for each other, and together you arrive at your dreams. I love that. Know whatever you have been working on lifetimes, it is coming to fruition in this now moment. The next card out is the Queen of Forces. And that is the Queen of Wands, which is fire energy. And to me, this is balancing the light and the dark, to the sun and the moon, the water. This card shows a woman balancing the energies of the sun in one hand and the moon in the other, with a river flowing underneath her feet. The Queen of Forces represents a woman who can help bring further balance into your life. She brings an unusual combination of power and peace, creativity and receptivity in both her energy and her support. Sometimes this card can represent a person in your life, either you or another, coming into a phase of great power and an ability to sustain it with wonderful results. There is a gift of grace and serene understanding when this card is upright. It brings a new role and opportunity, careers, and many science, global communication, nature, and energy may now be available to you. The Queen of Forces could also indicate the appearance of possible love interest or an associate in business or a creative project who has powerful influence and connections for you or for another. It may be someone you know or somebody new, but when this card appears, there is a tender yet powerful support. During this time, choose to support yourself as well. You hold the forces of the sun, creativity, and the moon, receptivity, and only you yourself can direct the energy of your eternal life. So I'm hearing that perhaps you are the queen or king, you had high stature, you are a high priest or high priestess. Many people look to you for leadership, balance, and emotional support. You were a very balanced person and somebody that carried the load, but you had the shoulders broad enough to do so. And then we have another queen. You have the Queen of Keys. Sorry about that. The Queen of Keys. She is looking out over the fields, waiting for her king to return, is what I'm hearing right there with that one. A queen dressed in a gown of rich colors and textures stands atop a tower of her great castle, happily looking over the rich, verdant hills of her domain. And in the fair distance, her husband returns from his travels. This card represents a woman of authority, a sensitive, helpful, and thoughtful. She is confident in her authority, but always happy to celebrate the success of others. She could be a love interest for you or someone else, or someone in your life. Besides referring to a positive woman of business, this card can represent you or another who is about to climb the ladder of success. Positions in banking, investment, real estate, and management may be coming. Self-employment in any industry could be at hand, as well as greater financial independence, increased authority, or creative autonomy at work. I'm just hearing you are a very prominent person in one of your lives, or perhaps more of your lives. You just had a stable energy about you. You were very thoughtful and caring towards others. You balanced out everybody that came to you for information, for answers, for support. Okay, I am going to pull one card from Uncover Your Past Life Oracle, just to get just little keywords that may jar your memory. What does pile 2 need? A whole bunch came out right there. True love is on the bottom here. Okay, so we've got, okay, let's start with this side. Adventurer, an explorer, a pioneer, a crusader, an other. I love the hot air balloon flying up above. So with that, I'm also seeing you were above others, but you did not put yourself there. You had a place of stature, but you were amongst the others. And I think maybe because of this imprisonment or slavery that you have had in one of your other past lives, that it brought you to a place of empathy, compassion, and caring and balancing out for the people that you ruled over. And you were a pioneer, because a lot of people ruled with an iron fist, but not you. You were here for the people. Hey. And then the backside of this is your death was by old age, the location of the stars, trauma was psychic wounding, you had celestial faith, you had true love of your king or queen, your identity was androgynous, sorry I butchered that word, time frame is pre-earth, and your lesson was self-love. Okay, our next card out is Earth Disaster, Building Collapse, Earthquake, Animal Attack, Drought. That must be where your phobia comes from. The time frame is classical iniquity. Leadership is your lesson. Death by fire. Location is Northern Europe. Trauma was physical limitation. Your faith, agnostic or atheist. Love was domestic abuse. Identity, you're a sibling. So I'm really feeling that with the phobias. So this is a lot of things that you have to overcome with the earth disasters and just like your death by fire and domestic love abuse. These are things that you maybe are having lessons that you're having to work through. Dig a little bit deeper. It may not have happened to you in this lifetime, but we are here to clear out ancestral trauma, past life trauma, karmic lessons. So just know that you can overcome all of these that you're going through if these come up in any of your past life regressions or meditations. Health issues is the last card. Contagious illness, genetic illness, hypochondria, infection. So perhaps some of you are going through illnesses, but know that we have everything within us to heal our bodies. Perhaps you were a child when this happened. The time frame is Viking Age. The lesson is accountability. Death by broken heart. Location was Western Europe. Trauma is slander. Faith is panthetic or animistic. Love, slave, or concubine. I'm just going to leave those there for you to interpret how you wish on that one. And then I am going to take a look into an ancient Egypt god, perhaps who we can look to for further assistance in figuring out some of your past lives that you've lived in pile 2. Thank you for sticking with me. I know these messages are a little longer than what I normally do, but I just felt like diving deep in this now moment of our ascension time. What does pile 2 need to know? What Egyptian god has pile 2 been or connects with in this now moment, please? Thank you. Must be a very specific god. Okay, we don't need the whole deck. Please show pile 2 an Egyptian god that they were or that they had connections with. Then these 2 wanted to come out. Perseverance. Number 25, Neith. Perseverance is the underlying energy. And then the 2 cards that came out was Nefet. I can't pronounce these very well. Number 10, meditation, Neferti. And number 20 is Nasu Hermitage. Just take a look. I'm going to show this one first, number 10. And there's the Ankh. And I have the Ankh out today. Ra, the all-seeing eye, the sun. A lot of different petroglyphs in their language here. I might want to study that for a moment. So this is Nefertiti and meditation. Nefertiti is supposedly said to have been a queen consort and most likely King Tut's stepmother. She was the creator goddess. This is about rebirth. You were somebody very, very important in one of your past lives because we have the high priestess or the high priest and 2 queens. So know that you had a very prominent royal position. Nefertiti, she was the queen of the 18th dynasty in ancient Egypt. And she was the wife of King Akhenaten. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Very independent, powerful woman. And there's a lot of symbolism in here, and then also the eye as well. So, Khonshu was the ancient Egyptian god of the moon, time, and healing. The name means traveler, and he protected travelers, especially at night. His symbolism is the crescent moon over here, and then the sun is on here. So now is the time to connect in the God of light, the God of love and fertility in this time of ascension. Very beautiful. So I'm getting almost pile 2 with 2 past lives here. So pile 2, I am seeing 2 distinct lifetimes. That of enslavement or imprisonment and phobias, as well as a high priestess or a queen of great stature, and all of the signs point to you being a very strong, independent leader and somebody that people look up to for guidance and counsel. So take what resonates, and I thank you for being here, pile 2. Believe in you, and until next time, be well. Hello, pile 3. Welcome, welcome.